Good morning, good morning. It is Monday, Motivational Monday, as you've known it. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. And whenever you're seeing us after a long break, just know that we're coming back bigger and better. And I say that in a humble way. Why do I say that in a humble way? Because we could not get here without you. We could not be here without your support. So we were saying thank you today. How have we been motivated? By the way, lines are open 1-888-721-9260. How are you guys getting motivated? Well, I'll tell you, our lines have been filled with appreciation, respect, your being able to find us freely, that is. Finding freely Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. If you've been with us any length of time, then I know that you know this. I know that you know we have had people, places, and things that we've gone through. Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Healing Center has been brought to you by the Healing Center. Our very own Trish has helped us to realize the importance of hearing through music. You've heard our sound. We are so incredibly grateful to all of you. Can I just say that? We're incredibly grateful that you guys have really touched us in such a way. We're so thankful for that. We are very grateful for that. I want to take this time to let you guys know, as you see us, we are completing our 5 years. It really should be 6, guys, but we're going to say 5, because we did start in 2020. We started in the year 2020. So what I want to run down with you guys is our countries. Countries of us being able to reach. And we take full pride in that. Full pride is what we take. We want you guys to understand that as we are coming to you, we've made a lot of changes. And can I just say that our changes have meant growth. And our growth has meant discovering new ways, new things. How do we do it? Well, Trish and I have really taken the time. And thank you, Trish, for coming along and joining us and being a part of Vibe Talk. As you know, I'm Nisi. I am the host of Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. I am Nisi Robinson, and just as soon as Trisha gets in here, I'll let her introduce herself as the co-host. These two voices that you have been hearing, I hope that it has been familiarity to all of you. My niece asked me some time ago, how did you get all those countries? How did you do that? I simply told her that we had interactive. We invited people to come in interactively. We invited people who were able to sit, relate, and take the time to listen to us each morning. And we've been so happy that we've been able to do this. We have been more than happy. I'm so proud of us. And I want to thank you all for just being along to see our growth. So if you know anything about us, then you know that we aren't lying. And as we sit down and we talk today, have you saw yourself any of the in any of the growth spurts? And sorry about that. Any of the growth spurts while we are closing out 2025. We're not actually doing the official celebrating, but I want to talk about growth and closure. Trish, are you there? So think about it. We started in the United States. And for those of us who are living in the United States, there is California, Canada, and that is where some of us live. But then you stretch out. And if anybody's got a map, I'd love for you to take a look at your maps. There's Germany, the the Ukraine, Hungary, Bangladesh, South Africa, Romania, the Netherlands, the United States, uh, United Arab Emirates, Russia, United Kingdom, Greece, Australia, Argentina, Bulgaria, India, Ireland, Republic of Lithuania, and Sweden. That is a wow to me. As I worked on this background, boy, was it a job. We got it done after 7 days. Why was it important to me to show you all a growth spurt? Because seeing is believing. When we see something, we're able to grasp it. That's what I wanted you guys to do, to grasp where we have been. When we thought about going places, we actually didn't have to get in the plane to go. The people actually came to us, and we say, thank you, and wow, so we actually want you to be able to know whom we are. we're going to have Trish on the line in just a few moments. We're going to have her on the line just right now. Just hang on. Okay, Trish, you're on the line. And good morning.
Good morning.
And we're talking about our growth. I just named all the places that we literally have been. Literally. And to help you to be able to see, I'm going to put this up, I think. Okay. This is why it's so important to do this. So important to check this. Without further ado, I just thought that it was so beautiful to look at our map and begin to share it. So important that we do this. And I have here, there goes the fun again. If you can go on our YouTube page, Trish, and get the map that we've just done, the one that has all the states on them, please and thank you. It should be on our YouTube page. Okay. We are having technical difficulty, but nevertheless, we want you all to be here. As we're closing our as we're closing our 5th year, we wanted to kind of let you guys know where we were. Can you hear me, Trish?
Yes, I can.
Okay. We wanted to kind of let you all know how we're feeling, how we're motivated. And if there's any of you out there that are listening to us, our lines are open. 1-888-721-9260 is our line. So back to trying to motivate you guys every Monday, or Mondays are our motivation. We still look forward to the many things that are going to happen. We've opened up another space for our center, and we are so very happy about that. We have a lot of upcoming things that Trish and I will be discussing to see if they're going to look right for the program. And did you know that you don't have to be living in our city to enjoy the program? How does that work? Trish, you want to tell them? How's that going to work?
We usually, for everybody to like interact with us without being in our city or town, just click our videos so you can be there, so you can be active. Give us a comment. We're an interactive podcast, so you guys can be with us without being with us, So that's how we do it.
Yeah, and I want to add to that. Thank you, Trish. I want to add to that, as you are in your living rooms, in your cars, on your breaks, you can just click when you see us live. How will you know we're live? Trish, how will they know we're live?
by turning on your notifications for our Facebook, or sometimes our YouTube will try to go live on YouTube sometimes. So that's how you know we're live. Turn on your notification.
And follow Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We are growing. As we look back on our growth, we see so many things that have helped us to decide how to help you help yourself, how to help you think about change, wellness, how to use your powerful brain, how to brainstorm through life, and how to challenge everything that you ever will go through and steal more. And I love it because so many of you, you know what you've done. Maybe you haven't joined our group, but you're letting me know that you're watching. Maybe you've been here before, and you, when we first started, because we still do groups. We're going to talk about that next. As you do groups, we are still going to talk about the fact that you guys have been here in our groups, and you just stopped by to say hi virtually. I see you. You've gotten a hold of me on Instagram, which, by the way, is our other way that you can know about us. If we're too slow for you and we haven't got anything up yet, Trish, how many YouTube videos do we have, actually? Are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm looking. Okay, we have 763 videos.
Yeah. That's a lot of videos, don't you think, Trish?
Yes, I do.
So why do we have that many? Because it's been years of collection. You'll see us from beginning till now to present. There are categories, there's shorts, and we're going to be dividing those shorts up so that you can look at the shorts by itself, and then if you want to watch a video, we have them named, maybe something you want to watch. Feel free to share them. Why share them? Why do you think we should share them, Trish?
I think we should share because it lets everybody else know where they can find us as well from others, and also sharing helps us like spread the cause around, our good cause as well. So that's why we share.
And so our new poster, you're going to be seeing it everywhere. Okay. And we wanted to give you a feel of what we look like. Remember how I talked about some of us are from the United States? Yeah. Well, in the United States, there are places, locations, where people inside of our state have contacted us. Why do you think we call it interactive? What do you think, Trish, about the interactive cause?
I think we call it interactive, and we are interactive because we're interested in your stories, but also it also helps to talk about your situation as well. But it's your choice. But it shows that us being interactive shows that we get you. And it's also encouraging you to tell your story because we always say we like to hear your stories.
Yeah.
So that's why we're interactive.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to tell your story, you get inspired by other people's story, and you can always comment to either myself as host, Nisi Robinson, or Trish as co-hosts. So we want you to know that the interactive is not just to be taken lightly. It's to hear your voice. And how do we hear your voice? There are some methods that we've used. I remember in the very beginning how we used the electronic hand. And that helped me in so many ways because I would ask people a feelings question, like how many of you have been angry about something? And by your show of electronic hands, you would show me the intensity of the anger. Remember that, Trish?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And so that is a way of being interactive. Trish and I have tested even with each other to get on video. In fact, Trish is on video today because we're having technical problems and we can't help that. The computer wants to do what the computer does. And that's simply try to mess up our day. But nevertheless, we have gotten through it. In fact, I want to thank those platforms. You know who you are that have hosted our podcast. You know, life is a funny thing with all the regulations that we all have, right? All of us, you know, wherever we go, there are rules and regulations. Some people hate rules. I don't hate rules. Do you, Trish?
No, I don't hate rules.
So I want to talk about the rules. You know, whenever you can reach out that far, you must be doing something right. And why do I say you're doing something right? Because with rules and regulations, especially on the internet, they'll stop you with a quickness. Everybody with that? They'll stop you with a quickness because you've broken something on that platform. There has never been a time where they have done something to break us. Even in our music, when they have put a copyright, when we dispute that, they take it off because we're not using it for advertisement. We're using it for the good that the music does for all of us. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I say this to say thank you for following the rules. Obviously, the people who are analyzing what we're doing know that it's for a good cause and a purpose. So we're happy to be part of iHeart podcast. We're happy to be part of Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Podpage, YouTube. The list goes on and on. Aren't we happy about that, Trish?
Yes, we are.
You have anything you want to add to that?
I'd like to add that I'm glad that we have the extra platforms as well because some people they don't listen to YouTube podcasts like that. They rather go on Spotify. They rather go on Facebook, and that's okay because all of those, like we put in our advertisements, you guys will see titles like "How to Find Us," where are we? Here we are. This is us. You guys will be able to find us on those platforms. So that's why I'm grateful for having um, different platforms where you guys can access us.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to do that. The reason we're mentioning that for you is to motivate you to listen, to share with your friends. And I want on a legal aspect to talk to educators, uh, the systems, criminal justice systems, anybody that we could reach out there, uh, police departments, fire departments, you know, as long as you guys aren't changing what we're trying to do, feel free to share. Feel free to use uh, as instructions as long as you don't dub over the voices. And I want to make it available to people without changing the direction of where we're going with this. And so we added on our music, which I told you we would talk about. The music is all for healing purposes. And I know that I've said, okay, Saturday night, we're going to be on. We haven't done that in a while, but you've got, I think it's like what? Uh, uh, how many videos, Trish, if you could look real quick, are on for the Vibe Talk After Dark radio show? If you have.
I'm looking. We got 88
Okay.
videos.
88 videos, and we've changed times. 9 p.m. California time. 9 p.m. And it's exclusively for you who have put the kids to bed, some of us, and who just want to chill. Who may be riding in your car, you just want to listen to some great music. We've had celebrations of so many people, like who, Trish?
We had celebrations of Walter Scott.
From the
We had
Whispers?
Tina Turner. We had Olivia Newton-John. We had a lot of people.
Yeah. And we will continue to do that. So just because you don't see us newly, don't give up on us, because we're coming back better than we were before. Always remember that about us. But you have videos there. And how do you guys respond? Well, some of you have responded with appreciation. We see you looking at this. Numbers grow. And we only want to use it for the simple fact of getting to know what we're all about. We want to talk about that because that's important. Music is part of healing. Way back when, and I always say this, so it's nothing new under the sun. When we do something, we think about everybody. And everybody loves music. Who doesn't? I have not met one person that has said to me they don't like music. Have you, Trish?
Actually, I've met someone that has said that before.
Really?
Yeah, I've met someone that has said that before.
And what was that like?
I was very shocked because to me, music is everywhere.
Yeah.
As a person that makes music, I'm like, how do you live without music? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask them when next time I see them why they don't listen to music, because I never asked them before.
Yeah.
They just said that no, I don't listen to music. So
Yeah. Okay. See, you also know that this is not scripted, guys. This is not scripted, which is a beautiful thing because I learned something new today. But music is part of our healing program. We've added that. It's called the Vibe Talk Relaxation Center. We just opened another space exactly for that. And so I'm very grateful for that. You can come into the center. You can make an appointment to be set up in that center while you're at home, while you're feeling stressed, while you may be having trouble sleeping. Okay. And that's by appointment. So you don't have to live in the United States. As I showed you, all the countries that have gotten in touch with us. You can't make this stuff up. The relaxation center is getting you to calm down. Okay. Calming down so that you can think about your present moment and what you'd like to do in the present moment. Because sometimes you can be so bombarded with life's pressure that you feel like, ah, I didn't do that loud enough, but you get it. You ever felt like that, Trish?
yes, I have.
Yeah. And so Trish and I, we sat down, we analyzed where we were going because we say we're going places, and we sat down and we threw out ideas because we both do it to each other. And that's what I like about us, that we work together very well. And that, boom, we said, hey, how about we make a healing in the healing center? Let's do a music reflection, which is Vibe Talk Relaxation Center. And the nice thing about it, you can bring your pillow, you can bring your blanket. We're not spending the night, but it gets you to feel more comfortable. We're in the process of having a grand opening for that, a special room just for that. What will you hear? Sounds that relax you. Trish, you've been so gracious to create loops for us. And we want you to come. We want you to spend that time with yourselves. We want you to be able to calm down because we all need that. Why did we decide to do that? Let me answer that. Because we realize that life is filled with undue stress. Can't get away from it. And it's a reminder for us to take the time to check into our emotions, our mental and our physical messages. What are those messages? I'm tired, but we keep going. I'm too busy, but never relax. I need a break and never take one. This is your reminder to do just that. So we are welcoming you to our Vibe Talk relaxation. Have we motivated you so far? Because there's always something that you won't know until you start being motivated. You know, the questions, what? What is this? Trish has put together the Vibe Talk Facing the Lion YouTube page so beautifully. You begin to explore the page. You begin to have your questions answered. What? Why? When? And from time to time, we have pages like this or podcasts like this that explain to you how. How. These are very important questions. So if you see something that you like, please pass it along. Don't think that we're one-upping you or that we're trying to get monetized, because that's not in our thought. We'll get into that in just one moment. Because you see, we realize that people do it for monetization. That's not us. Although we do have a donation arrangement. How does that work, Trish?
So our donations, you can go to the link in our descriptions, like all of our videos. You'll be able to see the GoFundMe where you can donate, and also you can donate to our Cashapp, which is Vibetalkfacethelion.
You there, Trish?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm so sorry. So yes, we're doing that. Let me tell you a little bit about that. Thank you so much, Trish. Our donations are strictly set up to help the healing center, to help us in that healing center be able to keep it running. Because let's be honest, when we put into the healing center how we envision it, we get back rewards of our envisioning. You know, there's artists, the painter, the writer, the photographer, the musician. They all think about what they want to do, and then they start to envision it. And as they put it together, it becomes a beautiful masterpiece. Does everyone get that? Because, see, monetization is easy. We don't want our healing center or our donation arrangement to become boring, pointless, what everybody else does. We're not afraid that if we take a little break, we'll get into that in just a moment. If we take a break, we're not afraid that we're going to lose out. You know what we know? Is that you all, by your appreciation of all the things we've just mentioned, you have so much to already encompass, to embrace. You've identified with a lot of the podcasts. You like some more than others. We know that you're waiting for us to come back. And thank you for that. So our donations are strictly for what we use them for. let me tell you what we've used them for. Snacks. We've had the camp read along for kids that were 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to open that back up. We've had things that we've needed. And Trish and I, we were very, very cautious of how we want to use it. In fact, I asked Trish to, set up some notary where she's going to write how that money was spent. Just in case you all are wondering. You know that thing that I said about how the artist, musician, photographer envision something, and once it's done, they get to look at that project and they get to say, wow, I'm so thankful that was there. They get to envision that. Well, that's what we've been doing. And even if no one donated, it's been coming out of our pocket. We want you to know that. The most beautiful thing that I think that we've talked about is showing you all just what we've done. If you go to our Trish, did you put any of our pictures up on the YouTube community with the what the showing them how it looks and things like that? Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Go look there. Go look on our Facebook page. You know exactly what we're talking about. You get to see it every step of the way. And we want you to see that. I don't drive a brand new car. I drive a 2016 Yaris. I don't have a fancy house. It's all come out of our pocket to the letter. Even if it's something as frugal as copies, I report that to Trish. Do I not, Trish?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Why do we do that? Because this is our art. This is what we have envisioned. And we don't want anything to take from that. We set out a goal of $4,000, and that's okay if we don't meet it. That donation arrangement is there for you guys, should you want to do that. And so, with that being said, we're not free. We opened up as free. But you know what? We too need help with the envisioning. We need the support. And so we want you to know that when we first opened, we were free and you could come in. Now, what's worked ever so nicely, we have a set price, but if you don't have it, you just donate and be reasonable when you come in for an appointment. You can't get any better than that because there are real people with real challenges. And if you didn't have any money, there would still be a way for you. Why is that? Because I'm sick and tired of hearing that people won't help people, especially with the mental health. There are people that could use this kind of help, can't get it because they don't have insurance. can't get it because no doctor will take them. And by the way, my famous words are what? I am not a doctor. But I am a certified life coach and counselor. You don't just come up with this stuff and try to make money. That's not who we are. Next, we're going to talk about, before we go to Trisha's treasures, the motivation of it all. How are you motivated to even think about Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Healing Center? How are you motivated? We gave you a number, which is, Trish?
It's 1-888-721-9260.
Always open before, during, and after. We also gave you an email address, which is Vibe Talk Facing the Lion at gmail.com. Why did we do that? Because it's going to depend on what you do with that. To sit down and be heard. This is your opportunity. We have been running 5 years, and we're still growing. Without God's might, none of it could be done. We want you to know we feel very deeply about this. So are you motivated? We want every podcast that we do, every Trish's Treasures that we do, every in session that we do, we want you to be able to post it or talk about it, share it, repost it, tell your friends, family, coworkers. That is if you're motivated. We're going to be right back with Trish's Treasures. We are back with Trish's Treasures. And before you start, Trish, why did we come up with Trish's Treasures? Let's get motivated here, people.
I forgot, but I think we came up with Trisha's Treasures because I was with Vibe Talk for a long period of time, and you thought I deserved my segment, and I feel I deserve it. That took a lot for me to say just now, but yeah, that's why we came up with Trisha's Treasures.
Now, this is her segment, but I want to clear up a few things because that part about forgetting, here's the key. Because I felt like she had a voice, and I felt like because she was a regular in group session, she asked questions, she participated, she put in wisdom, and she thought wise beyond her years. And we wanted to know, who is that that's so wise? And she was a college student, or high school at the time. Trisha, which was it?
I just graduated high school at the time.
Yeah. And I would use different people as managers. But I was awestruck by her wisdom And anybody who was listening to her felt the same because we actually had a meeting and we brought it up and we were like, wow, that Trish, she's so wise beyond her years. And that's not saying or putting anybody down because everybody has something to say, but there was something about Trish. And I felt like, wow, I want to do something because this person has so much to say. Trish, I cut in, but this is your spot. Go ahead.
So, for this Trish's Treasures, what I thought about was how, as an educator in training, that we make plans, we make lesson plans, and when we make those plans, our goal is to make sure not just that we get the lesson in, but to be able to use it for a long period of time. So when we do those lesson plans, we think about it. We make sure that when we make the structure of this plan, how is this gonna be timeless? That's the word I'm looking for. When we say something is timeless, you can listen to it as much as you want to, and it never gets old. It'll be useful and it's resourceful. It'll be used as a resource eventually because it's timeless. You can always use it. And that's how I feel about Vibe Talk and our how long we've gone. Because I feel like Vibe Talk is timeless. We've been through some changes and that's fine, but we still our cause, it matters today, tomorrow, it mattered yesterday, like it's gonna matter no matter the future. Like it's always going to say something. It's going always going to have its own voice and its own perspective and its own purpose. So when you are planning something, whatever your goal is, I hope we are your I hope you guys take from us that to keep going, no matter the many technical difficulties that we have. We're still on, guys. We still kept going. No matter the days where we don't feel like coming on air today, but we still post something. We still do something because we believe in us. And I also appreciate the ones that our listeners that were with us and they told us they believe in us. We've gotten great comments and great compliments from listeners. You guys can hear it in our caller section on YouTube. Um, we we had a lot of feedback from some people about how they're really inspired by Vibe Talk and inspiration. Something when you get inspired by something, that feeling you never forget. So I hope that you guys find us inspiring. You find something that inspires you, and whatever your goals are, whatever your plans are, I hope you continue to be inspired to pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, and remember that no matter if your goals change, your success, it will always be something that you can look back on. It will always be something that you'll remember when you look into the mirror and you understand that your motivation, everything that you work for, that is also timeless. It'll always matter. So that's all I have to say.
You can hear more of Trisha's Treasures just by doing what she said. We invite you to find Trisha's Treasures by my co-host. And boy, has it been timeless. Thank you, Trish. With the conclusion of knowing more about Vibe Talk, how, when, what, where. All those questions should we ask. How did you start? What made you do that? Where? When? We hope that we've answered that today. Trish, you just made me think about something. I didn't have a song for today, but I like the song Say Something. And that should be, I think it's by Christina Aguilera, but I'm not sure. But anyway, the song is about saying something. Have we said enough to get you motivated? And by this, if you do nothing else today, pay it forward to someone. Get motivated. Motivate yourself to pay it forward, the information that you just heard today, because I promise you, if you're at a dinner table and your dinner table is filled with the people that you love, imagine yourself one or two people at that table need this emotional and mental healing. One or two people. You never know. You just never, ever know. That's been our goal. But now let's take it outside for a moment. We are passerbyers of people. People are passerbyers of us. You know that number triples, right? Think about it. When was the last time that you set your eyes upon someone that could really use it? Your answers vary. Because guess what? Those passerbyers that I pass by and you pass by, they look exactly like us. You know what I mean? I get dressed, I comb my hair, I go off to do the podcast or some other stuff, work. You get dressed, you comb your hair. You look just like the rest of us. Come a little closer. I said that to say this. We never, ever know who that next person, that next passerby that could have used this. So do yourself a favor. If you've done no other goodness today, pass this to one person and ask them to pass it to someone and to keep doing that. We are Vibe Talk Facing the Lion Podcast and Healing Center, and we are still growing. Thanks, everybody. We hope that you all are going to have a very motivational Monday. Thanks to my co-host, Trish. Thank you. Thank you to our audience. I'm always so excited to hear our next country that has really listened. And I'm like, wow, somebody from way over there listened to us. You can't make this stuff up. We say to you, those of you who are here in our United States, please keep listening. Reach out, reach in, reach up, reach out. Our message still stays the same. This podcast today is, are you motivated to still grow? Have a good day, everyone. Bye for now.